What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Strangers Mindz. I'm Fernando, and we're gonna continue on with Strangers reaction from SirSpooks, top 100 scariest videos of 2023. So we just finished off from 90 to here, so let's go down to 70. So without any further ado, let's get it.
This first entry centers on a man named Wade who has been experiencing some genuinely creepy stuff, as you're about to find out. He says in the beginning of the video that he has been hunkered down in his bedroom all day, with him and his baby and the family dog. He says that the dog has to go outside, so he's going to let her out, and figures that he can record something, and it's here in which we see what may be going on.
I figured I would just record the whole thing. Yeah, here we go. Let's go potty days.
He seems a little nervous.
Nope. Nope. Go to the room. Go. Daisy. Go, 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 go.
The chair can be seen moving around all by itself, which could be a ghost. But a concerned commenter has suggested that it could actually be someone living in his house without his knowledge. In the second video, Wade says that he...
I mean, yeah, because I kind of thought, could it be like one of those spring chairs? I mean, I don't know what kind of chair that is, but could it be like some sort of spring that keeps on, if somebody gets up, it just springs back and forth? Not continuously, but maybe somebody set it up.
just woke up after hearing some scratching noises coming from his door, saying that he initially believed it to be his dog, but the dog is right there on the bed. Take a look at how the rest of the video unfolds.
That's loud.
Daisy, no, 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 no. Shh.
I don't know, you guys. I have a little issue with this, and I have red flags. Just pew, pew, pew. Right. All right. First of all, I want to say that this cannot be fake, because even if, let's say, you want to, I mean, we know that there's crazy people out there that would literally do anything for a click, right? But to involve your, what seems to be like 6-7 months year old baby, I mean, for a baby to be sleeping and then this banging going on, I hope is real, because that would just, that would be like very messed up, in my opinion. But I don't know. Like, first of all, the dog doesn't really seem like is in a state of, awareness of what's going on, because we all know that paranormal, kind of pets react to paranormal, and this dog is just following the commands, like if nothing's going on, almost as he already knows, and feels comfortable with whoever's there. Again, I'm not saying that it is completely, fake and stuff, or maybe I am, but I'm just saying, like, putting the baby in a situation like this is highly irresponsible. And, let's just continue on, because, I'm already getting red flags over here. Dude, what are you doing? That's so fucking fake.
You okay?
Did you hear it? Leave this place.
Daisy, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Don't come back. You heard it, guys? I'm sorry, guys.
Daisy.
As much as I would love for this to be real, because it would be like very entertaining, good evidence. It has all the hallmark of it being just acted out. Unfortunately, the kid, I don't know. I've always said that the paranormal, there are situations where paranormal does, scare me. Or better yet, maybe it shocks me. Almost like you're walking into a dark room and somebody flips on the light and yells surprise, you're gonna get, shook. I'm gonna go with that better. But, in all actuality, for even for a paranormal investigator who is genuinely out there doing this on a regular basis, it is highly rare to come across activity this severe. And I'm just, with I have over 20 years experience, and I have never come across a situation like this. I mean, God forbid, let's knock on wood on that, right? Because actually, as much as I respect and enjoy doing what I do within this field, that could be highly dangerous. But man, like things aren't like this. Hollywood has over dramatized paranormal to the fullest just to make a quick buck. Things are very much subtle within the field unless you come across certain specific cases, and obviously they do exist, but this definitely doesn't feel like it's one of them.
Get in the car. Get in the car.
What could possibly be going on inside of Wade's house? Do you think that he may be getting targeted by some strange paranormal entity? Is somebody living in his house without his knowing? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.
This dude climbed out the window with the baby.
A movie
That's
theater
crazy.
is supposed to be a fun place where you can sit down and unwind with an entertaining movie and forget all about your troubles for a couple of hours. But sometimes, as you're about to see, that's not always possible. A TikTok user known as SirSpooks.
You know what I just noticed? If I'm not mistaken, in the previous videos, when there is something like really crazy going on, SirSpooks kind of repeat the clip like a bunch of times, right? Just to make sure we see it. He didn't even replay this clip. Like, he didn't even do nothing. Like, we just saw what it, like, the hand. He didn't say nothing about the voices. Yeah, it's... I don't know. I think even SirSpooks thinks that was some BS right there. But it is scariest videos of 2023, not necessarily real paranormal call on tape.
Posted the following video to his account. He says that he works at this movie theater, and he says that he has to check all the theaters at night as well as check the doors. He also says that he has to check behind the theater curtains to make sure nobody's living back there. While walking back to the area he started filming at, he ends up capturing something genuinely creepy. Take a look at the window and you should be able to see it.
No one's back here. And then you just go and... What the fuck?
We're just gonna have to assume that they're by themselves.
The second video that the TikToker uploaded shows him investigating the room in which he saw the figure. Take a look and see everything unfold.
I just saw somebody up here, and it's the scariest shit I've ever seen, dude. I was just down here, and I was back down there in that corner right there, and I literally just can't. What the fuck?
There is a shadow figure behind the machine with the many bright yellow and green buttons in the back, which the uploader notices at the end of the video before it abruptly ends without warning. To this day, it is unknown as to what this figure was and why it was lurking around in this movie theater in the first place. The uploader says that he is contemplating quitting his job at this point, and who can blame him?
All right, first of all, that was kind of interesting when the gentleman went into the I don't know, the electrical room. And the way, unfortunately, the film was very gritty, especially when they do the close up. And but it almost seemed like the figure kind of backed up to get away, but it went through the servers or whatever, all of that stuff, mechanical stuff, was in. It didn't seem like it was behind it. It went kind of through it. But that's what I got from the close up, even though it was kind of gritty. But yeah, let's just say I'm wrong, and it was behind all that electrical stuff. My question is, I probably missed it, but is this guy a worker? Why are we going to assume that he was the only one in the building? Because it wasn't like an abandoned or an old movie theater at that. I mean, everything looked very modern, everything looked very clean, everything looked very, like it's operational. So who's not to say there was somebody there? Is he a worker? Is he a investigator? I didn't really catch what this gentleman was doing there in the first place. So anyway, let's continue.
The person who posted
That's
this
a nice
video to their
model.
Reddit account, dated July 21st, 2019, says that they had just left to go to the water park for the day. He says that he only checked the footage because the motion sensor went off and triggered the alarm, which caused the security company to call. However, after checking the cameras and probably expecting to see nothing of interest, instead they saw this.
All right, a couple of things that is moving. So the light turns on, then it starts flickering. The double doors close. Whatever that thing is on the table moves, and the chair closest to the viewer, to us, moves also.
The uploader says that he made sure to check around the house and see if anything was stolen, and thankfully discovered that nothing was. But still, this video has not been properly explained, which is quite strange to say the least. What do you guys think was going on in this house? Was there some kind of paranormal activity going on, or was it something far less sinister? Be sure to let me know in the comments below.
Like I'm seeing
or was it something
it
far
is.
less sinister? Be sure to let me know in the comments below.
All right. So, what we're going to go off with what we just saw. If this is legit, this is classic poltergeist activity, a noisy spirit. And, you see a couple of different things moving around, objects on the table, the chair, and, that is classic poltergeist activity. Between me watching, when I sit down on my, just to watch stuff, fall into the wormhole of YouTube, and while I'm watching a bunch of paranormal caught on tape videos, I enjoy watching other paranormal investigators investigating and catching and watching their techniques, seeing what they catch. I enjoy those videos a lot. My second favorite to watch are security cameras, CCTV, caught on tape, and all this. Those are very entertaining also. Obviously we all got to fall and keep in mind that all of this could have been orchestrated, but let's just say it is real paranormal caught on tape. That was pretty much the closest to it being real as I've seen compared to other videos, because you would see just craziness on going just all bonkers and crazy. There is a specific poltergeist activity caught on tape, and from this guy seems to be, I don't know, I could be highly mistaken, Irish or Australian, or along up there, and his apartment or his house is just, you see everything just flying around, and then later on all of that stuff was debunked because he orchestrated it. So yeah, let's see what's next.
Imagine you're simply in your kitchen trying to cook yourself a meal when all of a sudden you hear some seriously strange banging and knocking noises coming from inside your attic. Obviously you would be quite freaked out because, well, who could possibly be in your attic? This is the situation that this TikTok user found themselves in one day, posting their experience to the internet. So, without further ado, let's take a look at the footage.
I have not been in that attic in months. Jeremy, get back. And every time I try to go shut it, I keep hearing this knocking sound. It doesn't seem to want to do it now, but like it's every time I go near it. It's not doing it.
That's definitely knocking. Although, again, I mean, this is just my mind at work. Who's not to say there's somebody up there doing it?
What is that?
A lot of people in the comments seem to be convinced that there may be some stranger living in her attic, which would explain the knocking noises. To this day, however, nobody is sure of the definitive answer. And to be completely honest with you, it's hard for me to think about what would be worse: having your house be haunted by some creepy paranormal entity, or have someone be secretly living in your house.
I've always said this, and I've said this in many videos, and in Strangers Reaction. I've said this a bunch of times as I do my Strangers journey, where I myself go out to the field and investigate primarily abandoned places. I say I'm more afraid of the living than the dead. That is for sure. Not saying that I'm a punk and I can't hold myself, but I would, for this question, for this situation, I would rather have a spirit knocking than a person secretly living in the house. Come on now.
Either way, it's definitely reason enough to move out of your home ASAP.
Beautiful.
This first video comes to us from a TikTok user known as Motorwens. On his page, you can typically find videos of him riding around on a motorbike outside, enjoying his time in nature. That's exactly what this particular video seemed to be, just another casual upload from the TikToker. But as it turns out, this video ended up capturing something absolutely terrifying. The uploader can be seen traversing the woods, nothing out of the ordinary, when suddenly this can be heard.
This way. This is where most people would turn around. If you turn around, you never get to see what's on the other side. That's where all the gold is waiting over there. Could be missing out what's on the other side.
Dude. I mean, I get what he's trying to say. I mean, sometimes I let curiosity get the best of me, for sure, especially when I go into abandoned locations, in the paranormal field. But man, at least I could just run out. This guy's gonna have to pick up his bike and put it over this tree that's laying blocking the way. The only thing in my head is that what if he's trying to get away from something that's moving pretty fast enough that he's he's on a motorbike and he has to get off to get the motorbike over just to get away more. That's dangerous. That's crazy. And he's in the woods. I'm not even, let's get off the paranormal, where there could be Bigfoots and, the Jersey Devil or whatever. I mean, I don't even know where he's at, but, cryptoids. Let's just think about, if there's a bear or a wolf or a freaking cougar or anything. That didn't really sound like a help. It sounded like a cougar.
Hello?
Yeah, it sounds like a cat. My guy. Yeah, get out of there. Forget that. Good thing that his bike is like good and ready to go. What? Oh shit.
I was out of there.
Could be missing out what's on the other side.
Guys, like we take certain things for granted, man. But I always say never go to certain places by yourself, because you don't want to find yourself in a situation where you need help and you're by yourself. This guy almost fell off a mountain and he would have been just on his lonely. Oh man.
What's on the other side?
I wouldn't say that was a hay. That sounds like a cat.
Hello?
A mysterious voice somewhere in the area can be heard saying "hey" before it then says "help." Understandably, this startles the uploader, who can only stand in one place, utterly baffled. Eventually, he manages to bike his way out of there before anything could escalate, which was probably for the best. Who knows what kind of terrifying entity was awaiting him there? Could it have been that of a skinwalker? That's at least what the uploader suggests this could be. Or was it simply something easily explainable? I suppose we'll never know for sure.
If I'm not mistaken, you guys, I've seen this video before, and this guy actually goes back and goes over that stump. And then later on, he goes really deep into the woods, and he sees something white coming out of the bushes or something like this. And he just dips. And there was even, if I'm not mistaken, because I recall seeing this video, his motorcycle doesn't even turn on. Like, it was having some issues turning on. Maybe he was just nervous. He wasn't really catching that clutch pretty good or whatnot. But, we saw how easy the motorcycle turned on. And this guy was having issues. One of those horror movie events just going on. Maybe it might be later on. I wouldn't know why SirSpooks wouldn't put the whole video down, but I do recognize that one.
This scary TikTok video was published to an account belonging to a man named Tristan, who said that he was waiting for his wife to come home, who arrived just a few minutes after filming this. While filming, however, it turns out that Tristan managed to film something rather creepy that has since caused many viewers of this video to be completely creeped out. Take a look. This second video is also filmed in Tristan's house on a different day. He says that he started filming because he started to hear some strange noises coming from somewhere in the house. Let's take a look at the footage that he captured on the second video.
It's a beautiful house. How is that possible? How is that possible? That was interesting. Because is it a rope?
There's clearly something strange going on with Tristan and his house, but what exactly it is not currently known. What do you make of all this? Do you think Tristan's house is being haunted by some strange, unseen spirit? Could it be a poltergeist, or is this just a hoax? Be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments below.
I don't know. That was kind of interesting because that's like a rope, right? Unless there is some sort of spring mechanism within that gap from the, from the actual stick and the rope within the plastic. I don't know, but that was kind of interesting the way it was spinning like that, just because, if it's a rope and probably if you twist it long enough, it still wouldn't give that kind of, aggressional kind of, spinning. But that was interesting. With the first clip with the chair moving and everything, all of that could have been that orchestrated. But that rope, the way it was spinning was kind of interesting.
This Reddit user was at home just trying to use the bathroom in peace when he got a rude awakening from beyond. Take a look at the footage and be sure to turn your volume up.
Hello? Hello?
That definitely appears to be some sort of voice that says the uploader's name, and it definitely seems as if whoever said the man's name is coming from somewhere very far away, interestingly. The uploader also wrote, quote, "First, sorry for the mess. Second, I don't know how to make the audio clearer or turn my dog's claws on the hard floor down, so if you know how to do that, then that would be amazing. It doesn't sound like my name in the playback footage, but it sounded like my name. It took me a second to register what I heard because my fiancé was still another 20 minutes away from home. I'm 95% sure it wasn't my dogs, as you can see the one react and it doesn't sound like their whines. What do you think?" End quote. If you have any theories as to what was going on in this video, please feel free to leave a comment below, because this is quite eerie indeed. I wouldn't want to hear my name called by an unknown entity next time I go to the bathroom.
Well, if this is real, then he just caught a EVP saying his name, which is very interesting. It is normal for you to catch an EVP and the entity is more personal with you, especially if it's at a residential location, because you live there, so they know you by your name because of how many times people call your name. So they know you a little more personally. Now, if this is real and there was no other woman there, just a guy using a bathroom, then there you go. You call yourself a good EVP. I wouldn't necessarily say it was his name. It sounded more like a calling out of sorts, or like mid-sentence kind of thing. But yeah, I liked it. Let's go. CCTV, call on tape. I'm telling you, that's my second go-to.
This next video was submitted to me by a viewer of mine who also sent along this email, which gives some context to the video. So let's have a read through and see what he says. Quote, "This video was filmed back in 2008 in a little town in Mexico called Coatzacoalcos. It was some sort of goodbye party as one of the guys in the band was going to move to another city."
I gotta say, I like international paranormal caught on tape. For some reason, something about being international, and I could contest to this because I actually did investigations internationally in the Dominican Republic, and there is something more eerie about the activity there. I'm not sure if it's that, due to the entity knowing that we, are from out of that we're not from there. They're a little bit more direct, a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more, out there. But there is something about international paranormal investigations that really seems very, very exciting. You know what I'm gonna do? I think I'm going to make a compilation video of my own. It's going to take some time, and I'm just going to put, because I really would love to see a compilation video of just paranormal investigators catching and going through certain things caught on tape. And another different kind of compilation video of, security cameras caught on tape, and another different, with international stuff caught on tape. That, you know what? I think I'm onto something.
At that time, they did not notice anything. However, just last night, many of the guys in the video were hanging out having a couple of beers, and they decided to watch some old videos for old time's sake. And that's when they were horrified about whatever shows up in the video around 3:50. It's not there at the beginning of the video. Right now, all of them are still pretty uneasy about this because this is the first time in 15 years that they realize they might have filmed a ghost or something. The drummer says that he didn't see or feel anything then. End quote. So, with that context given to us, let's now take a look at the video and make sure to pay super close attention to the TV here.
The fuck? We gotta go back. That was creepy as hell, guys.
Absolute nightmare fuel. It must have been so terrifying for those.
Oh man. What I would like to know is this like, one of those instances where there is like a shelf or something, off the wall. There isn't no space. It's just a shelf or a mantle on the wall, and then that's the television. That there would be possibly like 2 inches of space. Because if that's the case, what the F, guys? Holy crap. This is like the blonde version of The Grudge or The Ring, since they're both very similar entities.
Those guys to see that horrifying discovery all those years later. The email continues onward from the viewer, reading, quote, "As you may imagine, the guys are trying to figure out what the heck that is, so they have started throwing some theories. One of them is obviously that the place is haunted. The other one, that is creepy as hell, is that it is the ghost of one friend that around 2003 committed suicide. The house in which that happened was just across the street. Since this was a goodbye party, maybe she wanted to say goodbye as well. I don't know what to think, but I'm pretty sure that the video has not been altered or something like that. It is weird. I have watched a lot of videos like this on the channel, but knowing the people involved makes it incredibly creepy." End quote. Do you guys have any theories as to what this person managed to record on camera here?
And it's opening and closing its mouth. It's definitely creepy.
Let me know in the comments below.
Definitely creepy. All right, I think we got our first, at least, from my opinion, I think we got our very first real scary video of 2023. We're on number 72. All right, let's see what this one comes.
This TikTok user named Dotsy Adam was just enjoying his stay, relaxing and hanging around when he noticed something absolutely terrifying going on across the street from him that left him petrified. He explains that the house opposite his mom's is empty and has been up for sale for 6 months. However, it seems like it won't be getting sold anytime soon if the potential new homeowners see the following clip.
Oh man, I mean,
as you can see, there's clearly something inside the house, almost looking like a ghost girl, but we obviously can't be sure. Is it just a girl standing there in a strangely eerie manner, or are we actually dealing with the paranormal? Of course, there are lots of possible different theories here, so I'm curious to hear what you guys think. Do you guys think that this was just a random person in the window, or was this a creepy paranormal entity that was roaming around?
well, I mean, first of all, I don't even know really what I'm looking at here. Ghost Girl? Yeah. I mean, we have to take into consideration that it could be a reflection of some sort. You could see the reflection of the van passing by clear as day. So why not see a reflection of a person? I thought it was possibly that it was, too high for it to be, somebody on the ground, but clearly
Random person in the window to hear what.
you could
Of course,
see.
there are lots of possible different theories here, so I'm curious to hear what you guys think. Do you guys think that this was just a random person in the window?
There it is.
Or was this a creep?
So there could possibly be a reflection of somebody standing, because the truck passes by and it took probably a second for the reflection of the truck to be passing by on that window. So a second, putting together, a second of that distance, there could have been somebody there, and that's just a reflection of it.
Creepy paranormal entity that was roaming around. Either way, I pray for the person who moves into this place next.
Would have been cool. Oh.
A TikTok video that was published on October 22nd, 2023 by a user by the name of Magical Poltergeist posted home security camera footage to his account that's sure to make you lose a bit of sleep tonight. In the footage, we watch as the uploader's wife sleepwalks down into the kitchen late at night. Kind of weird, but it's nothing out of the ordinary, right? Sleepwalking happens a lot to a ton of people. But as you're about to see, this is no ordinary sleepwalking incident, not even remotely. Take a look at what happens when the woman takes a seat at one of the kitchen chairs right about here.
Now, I want you guys to pay close attention to the quality of the camera, because forever I be talking about the frame per second, especially when it's on night vision, and how the quality of the video does seem to deteriorate with depending on, how modern the camera is. So if you guys noticed, as soon as the camera stayed still, everything just lit up more, but you actually see almost like the pixels clearing up the view because everything is stationary. When the person was moving, while the camera is moving, everything was dark because the camera wasn't able to pick up the clarity of what it's recording or seeing. So now that everything's clear up, let's see what happens.
3 chairs can be seen moving randomly before an ominous shadow can be seen looming in the background. But that's not all. A couple of seconds later, and the woman is in for even more terrifying encounters with the unknown.
She's in a deep, deep sleep. Ah, she's looking at the camera.
At one point, something on the table moves right toward her abruptly,
Looks like a skull.
before a few seconds later, one of the doors in the house slams shut as the woman continues to sit down in the chair. I cannot begin to imagine how terrified this woman must have been upon waking up properly later on, only for her husband to show her this utterly bone-chilling piece of footage.
Could you imagine?
How could you go about your...
Could you imagine? Holy crap. I mean, we don't know if she woke up sitting on that table. To my understanding, you know, people who sleepwalk, they would fall asleep and sometimes they go back to bed. But they would just wake up at different spots. Let's just say she went back to bed. The only person who knew what was going on was the husband. And he's going through the footage being like, you know, I'm just curious to see what did she do, right? And then you see this. Not for nothing, this is the first time that I see a person sleepwalking to a seance. Because that is exactly what it looks like. She sat on the table. There was even a skull object that went towards her. And people sat down and they had like a seance. That's crazy.
Your day with the...
That's almost like you not... me personally, I don't use a Ouija board. I believe that they could be very dangerous if you don't know how to use it. And since I'm not aside from me not really, messing with the Ouija board because of what it's possibly could do as far as opening doors, I'm not really familiar with the rules and laws. I know you have to, do some sort of, like close it out, go away, but you need to know what to do because you could leave a door open. But regardless, could you imagine that I'm sleepwalking and my body is using the Ouija board without my knowledge? That is crazy.
The knowledge that you were so openly exposed to something so terrifying. Was this woman really sitting down with paranormal entities? Be sure to leave your theories in the comments below.
I mean, they didn't even show the scariest part. They didn't even show the scariest part when she just casually looked at the camera. That's crazy. If this was a real footage caught on tape, yeah, that's right up there as being creepy for sure for top 100 2023. I can't wait to see what's the number one. I wonder if this is going based by the scariest down, because I could definitely tell you there's 2 videos in this episode that could go further down. But anyway, you guys, we're on number 70. If you guys are enjoying yourselves with watching Paranormal Call on Tape with me, then make sure you do, when you like a channel, hit that like, share, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you guys on the next. Peace.